Adrian Lewis has had to dig deep to come from 3-2 down to fend off the challenge of the Highlander, Big John Henderson. 6-3 here at Butlins in Minehead. Last year's runner-up stepped up a gear after the break, though. Well, the stats make slightly odd reading, Henderson-wise. Only 3 darts at a double in the whole match, but he hit all 3, averaging 92. And he had a fine 137 checkout against the throw to go 3-2 up at the break. Jackpot, though, turned it around in his fancy new shirt. It was very snazzy. And he'll meet the tournament debutant, Alan Norris, tomorrow afternoon in round 2. Well, Dave Chisnell, James Wade and Adrian Lewis will be back tomorrow afternoon for the second round. Next, to try and join them as the crowd really gets going here for the evening under the Butlins Big Top, are Robert Thornton and Jamie Lewis. The winner of that one will face Dave Chisnell, who saw off Joe Mernon earlier on today. Then it's hot favourite Michael van Gerwen, who's won 3 close finals over the past months to really assert himself over the best players in the world. And it's a small matter of Anderson versus Taylor. White against Barney to follow, and right up against Beaton to finish up the evening. Robert Thornton against Jamie Lewis is Scotland against Wales, the veteran against the youngster. Let's get the players out for this Celtic clash with Big John.
Welcome back to the action. It's coming to you live from Butlins, Minehead. The Professional Darts Corporation proudly present the Cash Converters Players Championship Finals. And a very special welcome to the millions of viewers joining us around the world. Time now to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the roster, Jamie Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the World Grand Prix and the former US and UK Open champion, ladies and gentlemen, the former Robert Thornton!
Crowd in party mode for this one. Wales versus Scotland. The youngster Jamie Lewis, newcomer for many, 24 years old, second time in these finals, and got to his first televised quarter-final at the World Grand Prix. And you see a world ranking there of 31. He's got his dad watching from the VIP area. He'd be a proud man if he could overturn Robert Thornton. 49 years old now. Won 3 events in 2014. This year won the European Darts Open in Dusseldorf, and a current major winner won the World Grand Prix in Dublin earlier this year, and also a former UK Open champion as well. Real tough competitor, Robert Thornton. He's had a bit of a problem with his heel. He's had an injury which they've been trying to get to the bottom of. It's been giving him a bit of jip. Hopefully he'll throw well here.
Well, certainly a warrior is our Robert. Very durable Scot. The form. He's playing one of the new young breed in the PDC, getting experience all the time. Jamie Lewis. He's been around the circuit now for a good 3 or 4 years. Now starting to get to the televised stages of events. Got himself in the top 32. He's played in the World Cup, the World Grand Prix,
and he's
World Match Play.
Reached a couple of semis as well, hasn't he? The European Tour, also won on this Pro Tour. Had a 9-darter to his name as well, so he can throw. Looks more like a footballer than your conventional darts player, doesn't he? But he can throw, and as we were alluding to earlier, there are a fair number of these sort of clean-cut guys coming through who, in a sense, do present a new face of the game.
I like the way you look at me, John, when you say clean-cut. It's very impressive.
Yeah, clean-cut sort of guy.
But it is good to see these youngsters coming through. The PDC Youth Tour has been in existence for 4 or 5 years now, and really has brought along some of these young players onto these major TV stages. And this is one of them, with darts like these.
Nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong at all. Thornton throw under a little bit of pressure here. And that's a reaction to that brilliant maximum. Now, can he close it out now?
Well, that was a good last out from Thornton after 2 big fives, because he was looking in danger there. It's a big finish this from Lewis. He can't do it, so now he's just looking at a setup, because Thornton still has to do some work for the 97.
60, not really what he was hoping for, but that's it. Treble 18 he needs now. And this is poor. Thornton shakes his head angrily and says, "Come on," to himself.
79, could only hit 60 with the previous visit. Surprised he didn't go for the 19 with the last one, but he must have liked the lie. Well, that doesn't help at all, because he now needs a treble, and he's hit it. Double 11. Oh, that's unlucky.
Thornton will fancy this. Tops now. Just the wrong side of the wire. Oh, again. He thought that was in. He was on his way to pick it out. He thought he got that.
Yeah, it was a good marker, and he hit the dart. He just went slightly round the dart instead of underneath. Keep his composure. That's unlucky. He's got to go just a little bit to the right, but it went the other way.
Well, this is a great opportunity to break the Thornton throw, which has gone begging so far. Surely, surely. At last, he says, getting the double at the 5th attempt and taking the leg. Just.
Well, we've had a few instances this afternoon, haven't we? As Lewis looks to get his second maximum. Nothing wrong with the treble 20 for him. Just couldn't hit the double, but we had so many instances this afternoon, and one player missed, and then another one missed, and then another one missed. Thornton eventually hitting the double 5.
Lewis making the dream start to this leg and continuing with the darts, remember. Solid ton.
When you set off like that on your throw, it's very difficult to break, but you've still got to hit the double at the end. That's the hard bit.
55.
Will you marry Elvis? Is Elvis in the building?
Superb again. It's a good leg. 9 darts to 87.
A very good leg.
62.
Just those 4 darts at the double in that first leg, wasn't it? But it started with that bounce out. Eventually got left on double 11, one of the dodgy ones. Couldn't quite hit it.
Well, it's just a setup, but Thornton way back out with the washing.
Well, only a 180 will leave the finish. He's making a big attempt for it. Oh, pulled the last one.
Dragged it into 1. Double 16 then for 1 apiece. He's in the match.
Nicely done. Pretty good scoring from the young Welshman. Well supported by his family here, following around the circuit. And big Robert, he's done everything, hasn't he? 2 fantastic majors under his belt, playing the Premier League. Giving himself a good shout to get in this year as well.
And if you're looking for somebody who's going to have a good run in the World Championships away from the sort of the very biggest names at the pinnacle, well, Thornton would be one of those you'd look at as a value bet for your money.
Absolutely. He's proved it in the past, hasn't he? He's beaten all the top players at some point. He's
a little scrapper, isn't he? He's a terrier of a darts player.
Sometimes gives himself too much of a hard time, doesn't he, when things aren't going right? But that's his way, really.
It's his way of geeing himself up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Well, I should go for 18s here. Well, why go for 18s
when you know you can
be in there? A bit of single though, it wouldn't have left a finish, but a fantastic dart it was. It was third maximum.
Can't really criticise when he's put them all on the top of a drawing pin like that. Right, 123. Treble 18 he needs this time for Bull. Oh, that's unlucky.
82.
Very unlucky.
64.
Nice and clean and clinical from Thornton.
14 darter.
Yeah, it was a good leg from both players there, but J.Lewis is at a maximum in each leg. Unfortunately, two of them have been against the throw. He's not managed to take any.
Thornton was a red-hot favourite with the bookies for this one. Those looking for the old combinations of favourites to put together, Thornton would certainly have been one of those that have been looking at. And he's got the break of throw. I beg your pardon, he hasn't got the break of throw. Lewis with the darts this time.
Yeah, it's been pretty good scoring. And you look at the averages.
60.
It's strange to look at them in this early stage. You lose over 100 and Thornton only 86 and leading. It just throws up these conundrums every now and again.
Good word. It's the darts game, isn't it? The old cliche of score for show, doubles for dough. But it's so true.
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Number 4 for the young Welshman. One in every leg.
Thornton's not hit one yet. Being outscored. Just trying to hang on in there. Lewis now to square off the match once more.
Well, he'll have his eye on the scoreboard. So that's what he's thinking there. Doesn't need to go for the treble 17 if he doesn't want to. Decided against it.
59.
Thornton 201. That's a good one. Good 140 though. Maybe just a little too late.
62, one of those finishes. They may only get one at the double. Well, he's hit the treble, so that's a good dart. So he'll have 2. Just on the inside, if he can nick it over. Oh, he did, but just not enough.
Now that could be a big miss because Thornton could pick his pocket here. Double 4. Oh, just outside. He knows that was a real chance.
It was as well. Sometimes those one darts at a double really do change the complexion of a match. Well done to young Jamie. Scoring well.
Kept his nerve, didn't he? He's outscoring Thornton, but so close to going a break down there. There is a break at the end of this leg. And Thornton will want to hold on to his darts. Great start.
Yeah, the scoring from both players on the treble 20 has been magnificent, and certainly from the young Welshman, it really has been outstanding. Number 5. And we're in leg 5. All the 5s.
40.
Well, chance for Lewis now to jump all over that from Thornton. Lewis responding to Thornton's 40 and still on a 9-darter.
He did that in one of the earlier legs, didn't he?
100.
Couldn't quite get the second maximum. Disappointment there. Yeah,
talk about beating yourself up.
Yeah, he's doing it well. That's his way, as we said before. But just give Jamie Lewis a chance here if he continue with the scoring that he's been doing. 5 180s. Well, that's so unlucky. But what a great third down that is.
Second one kissed off the barrel, didn't it? It could so easily have been 180 that time. And now 101 for the 3-2 advantage. Huge opportunity this for Lewis.
Massive in the context, coming out in the second half because his trebles are being magnificent. Can he put the icing on the cake? There it is, the nod of approval from the Welshman.
What a checkout that was. He will be so happy at that. And he's got the break he needs, and what a time to do it, just before the break. And looking across to his family in the VIP area, they're delighted, he's delighted, he leads 3-2. If you're just joining us here in Minehead, we've got some terrific darts coming up to you after this match is concluded. Michael van Gerwen against the young fella from the Isle of Wight, Keegan Brown. And if that's not good enough for you, look at the match that follows that. World champion Gary Anderson up against Phil the Power Taylor. What could be better on a windy, wet Friday night than some hot darting action from here in Minehead? And what a good performance so far from young Jamie Lewis, the 24-year-old from Cardigan in Wales, getting the break he wanted against Robert Thornton and leading 3-2.
Well, his scoring has been excellent. He's at a maximum in every single leg. So a third of the scoring in 3 darts. But a 12-darter in that last one with 101 finish, and that was with a bounce out. So scoring is very good. 5 maximums, as you can see there. Thornton only hit 1.
Could be number 6 on the way. Ooh, it only just kissed off the barrel. Carrying on where he left off.
Yeah, he's certainly got his scoring boots on, found his range straight away up there.
Averaging nearly 103, young Jamie.
He's got to try and hold on to throw here. He's going to have to move there. Good last one.
Thornton hasn't hit his best form yet. We know there's more to come, more like this. Promise you that's not an earpiece he's got on his ear there. He couldn't hear us, but he knows what's required. 100% and 138. That's an easy check out to come.
132.
Well, what a great setup from Lewis, making Thornton having to take 138 out. He's going to get it. Yes, he's gone for the double 9. Oh, gives it back of the net, 1-0. What a great finish from Robert Thornton.
That's what he can do, and that's what we've been waiting for. The roar of belief. The old little in-joke there, 138. That was the Keith Deller checkout in, what was it, in about 1928 when they won the world title.
Something like that. That's the easiest finish in the world, obviously. But that came at a time as Jamie Lewis had just hit 132 to leave the double, looking at going 4-2 ahead.
60.
Thornton showing his class.
Thornton annoyed with that first dart. Good adjustment. Not got a big target there, and look at that.
140.
The little Scot is getting his iron.
He's got a good marker again there, Lewis. Can he nick one underneath? Yep, he certainly can. Well behind in the leg.
Just checking where he was there, and the treble 20, handy last dart, gives him a sneak with his next visit.
Well, we saw this previously when Jamie Lewis hit the 180. If he'd have hit the single, he'd have not left a finish, and he's done exactly the same thing.
Had he missed it, it would have been, not have been good. Wouldn't have had a finish, but he had it in his own mind, didn't he? And now he set it up for a potential checkout.
Why worry about things like that when you can hit maximums like Jamie Lewis is at the moment? And then he misses the big 19. And that's going to disappoint him, because if he did the single 19 with the first one, he would have been throwing at the bull here for the leg.
74.
So Thornton needs this one to go ahead in the match. Tops.
42. Two by 52.
He's got away with it. But now needs to tidy up. 2 darts at the double. Only needed the one. He's looking clinical.
Well, Thornton losing the throw, and it was fairly a scruffy attempt at the checkout in the...
Well, there's some fire in his belly there.
26.
26 the hard way.
Could be punished for that. Not sitting well, not lying well, had to switch down to the bottom of the board.
96.
Well, it's not a score you want that often, even worse when your opponent's just hit a maximum.
Well, Thornton can square off the match now and in a great position to do so, moving towards the finish. But unlucky with that second one.
58.
Well, he's have to finish. J.Lewis has got a lot of work to do here to leave himself one. He's got to still keep plugging away.
100.
On his shirt tail.
Well, Thornton's got 6 from here, so he may decide to just set it up. He could go bull, but doesn't, and chooses just to set it up, leaving double 18. Sorry, double tops.
Yeah, tops left to level at 4-4. There'll be another break of throw.
57. Robin, you're quite on 40.
Lewis still way back, and Thornton no mistake. Match is square once more. First to 6, remember, at this first round stage. Who's going to hold the throw?
Well, that's what it is. Can anybody hold throw? Well, he's making his move now.
That'll
Another
help.
maximum, certainly will do. He's got one in the last leg. That's his 3rd in the match. But he did that in the previous leg and then had 2 bad visits and ended up losing the leg. So it's good to get the 180, obviously, but you've got to continue the scoring through the leg.
Well, let's see what he can do this time. Oh, no, it's not history revisited, surely. That's more like it. And again, that a boy.
Yeah, good leg now from Thornton. 301 in 6 darts. Lewis looking for 2 or 3 really big scores, and that's not a bad one.
Unlucky, just the wrong side of the wire, and again.
50.
Well, he's a long way ahead. I don't want to be making mistakes at this stage of a match.
60.
Some formidable beards in the audience tonight. Saw a guy who looked for all the world like Father Christmas arrived a little early.
90.
Well, he's got a busy time ahead. He's having a weekend at the darts to get himself ready.
What if the elves are here? Thornton then. 60 required. There's the big 20. Tops now. Oh, that's more like it, and he's ahead again. He's held his throw, and a good time to do it. Only 1 more required now. Being outscored, but he's ahead 5-4.
Yeah, starting to make his move to the finishing line. J.Lewis has played really well in this match. He's missed a couple of opportunities, but to be fair to Robert Thornton, he's managed to claw his way back into the game and in front.
100.
He's one of those guys who never lies down, isn't he? He never doesn't know the word of surrender, Robert Thornton. He's always at you.
He
didn't need that.
Certainly didn't. I was hoping Robert doesn't put a big score in here, and it doesn't look likely at this moment.
Second dart didn't do him any favours. Had to work his way along the hockey. And a great chance to seize control there, and not quite done it.
Can he flick one over to the left? Oh, he did. Just too much though. Good last one. Just keeps him in the hunt.
Clearly a talent, isn't he, Alan? Clearly a talent.
Well, you've seen by his maximum scoring how good he can be.
Six of them. And at the moment, still trailing.
Doesn't look under pressure either, does he? Learning very early. It can be a great attribute for when he is a full-time professional.
Loose one at a very inappropriate moment for Thornton.
87.
Well, I thought last one in anger, straight into trouble. 20.
Furious, isn't he? He's not left himself on a finish.
Big visit here from Lewis. Has to leave something handy.
94.
Maybe not the one he required, even though he's left a finish.
Thornton has been hitting that one with irritating regularity so far as he's concerned. Why is it happening to me now, he says.
Well, Thornton on the dangerous 112, certainly capable. But J.Lewis has to leave something. Treble 18's a decent one. He's not hit a treble either.
So Thornton for the match, 112. Treble 20 would leave a double 16. He's got it, double 16 for the match. Just the wrong side of the wire. Lewis breathes again.
Oh, one doubt at the double goes begging for Thornton. Can Lewis take it to a last leg decider? Well, he may go for two doubles here. Looking at the lie on that one, he has done. Double 18 to stay in the match. Oh, what a fantastic finish from Jamie Lewis.
That is quality. Got a feeling about this young fella that he is here to stay. Looking very composed player, and a little bit of a shake from Thornton. Lewis gets a 140 now.
Well, Thornton was in such a good position there. Only had one dart to the duel for a 112 finish. And when he saw that first dart in the single, he must have thought he was going to return to the board.
He got off the hook there, did Robert. Talking to himself, geeing himself up, angry at what he's producing out there at a key moment. So another chance for Lewis to seize the final deciding leg. Seize control.
Looking for a ton at least. That's a good second one. Can he follow it up? He certainly can.
Now Thornton is under huge pressure. Again, that one. Bit of pressure there, and only 81.
He's done that a couple of times, hasn't he? Dipped into that one.
Everybody happy with what they're seeing?
58.
It's been an exciting ding-dong tussle, this. Going this way and that.
45.
Another almost inexplicable visit from Thornton.
Well, Jamie Lewis can't believe what's happening up there from Thornton, because it's been such a high-scoring game from both players. And it's Thornton that can't hit the big scores, but Jamie Lewis can. Leaves himself 103 for the match. Thornton really needs at least two. A 180 would be pretty good as well.
Chizzy awaits the winner of this one in the next round. Dave Chisnell, a winner earlier on. Lewis 103 for the match. Treble 17 is looking for double 16. Can't be done this time. Now, what's he going to leave? He's just checking his arithmetic, and Thornton has a chance to win it.
Well, left himself the finish. Now this is the party piece of all party pieces. Treble 19, he's not hit it, so Jamie Lewis returns to the board for what could be a magnificent scalp and win.
What a great victory potentially for young Jamie Lewis. Double 12, will his nerve hold? Yes, it will! A terrific victory for Jamie Lewis. It went this way and that. He outscored Thornton, but Thornton just kept hanging on in there, but unexpectedly it was the nerve of Thornton which maybe went in that final leg. And Jamie Lewis, is that the best win of his life? It's certainly up there, and he's through into the next round.